Sunday, Cowboys Sunday, as they get ready to move on in the playoffs, baby.
Nope.
Some people up here are upset because their team is sitting at home. If your team is still in it, raise your hand. Cowboys, as you can see, I'm a Cowboy fan.
Who's your team, Joe?
49ers.
Oh, you're a 49ers
There
fan?
you go.
Okay.
Cowboy fan. He ain't never been a 49er fan.
Boy, get the hell out of here.
He just talking.
I'm
He
just
is.
talking.
He ain't no
That's
49er.
why your hat don't fit.
That's all right. My hat fit good and tight. Doing it all right all night. Here we go. We have a special guest today, Mr. Jacob Mayfield, the Calumet Chieftains. See, I got my Chieftains hat on for you, Coach. Looking to win another state championship out there in Calumet. 1A ball. We had a successful show last time when we had the young man over from Dale, Oklahoma. Great young man's out there taking care of business. They still winning ball games as we speak. We got a chance to go watch a little bit of basketball last night as the Colorado had their Titan Classic. Some good games. Been some good games all around. We'll talk about the incident happened over at Dale City. You had Millwood playing Dale City. A couple of knuckleheads got hot and wanted to play laser tag and wanted to shoot at each other at a high school basketball game. I know you heard me say it on the last show. If we didn't have guns, we wouldn't have this problem. And I'm going to say it again. If we didn't have guns, we wouldn't have this problem.
It's not the guns.
It is a problem. It's you know what? You have guns. So knuckleheads get a hold of guns and they do knucklehead things. But if we didn't have guns, knuckleheads couldn't do anything with the guns.
Cars, people kill people too. Should we get rid of cars?
What do you mean, Biggie? That
Right. A car can get in a car wreck. Same thing as getting shot.
no. You choose to pull out a gun and shoot at somebody. Car wreck is accident. Pulling out a gun
Not
is
all
not
the
an
time.
accident. Name me like what?
Should we get rid of knives
the
too?
other day, what was
Get
a couple
who?
years ago.
Get rid of knives too? Should we get rid of knives?
And
Knives, you can get a bat. You can hit the guy with the bat.
And more the
Should we
dude
get
that
rid of
ran
baseball
over
bats?
And more the guy
No,
that ran over
you gotta have them for baseball games.
Listen, the more the guy that ran over those kids that's running the track.
He was drunk.
Oh yeah.
He was drunk.
He did it on purpose.
He did not.
Yes.
do
The
it on
point
purpose.
we're trying to make is it's the person.
It's the person.
It's the person.
If you take a gun,
Get rid of guns.
if you take gun away, it's just gonna be something else.
You're right. But like I said, we have a special guest today, Mr. Jacob Mayfield. We're going to talk a little bit of Calumet basketball as he tries to make it a run to win another state championship. He just got done winning the tournament last night. We'll let him talk about some of his players. I'll be going on this week with Andy Collier, talking about some of the things that's coming up in the off season, in the spring season. Me and Andy will do a show next Wednesday, and then it'll drop sometime Thursday or Friday. I got my man Big E and Jonah here next to me. Like I said, we're only shooting twice a month since it's basketball and wrestling. We'll get ready to start getting our stuff ready for the scholarship for our student. We'll probably do that right after spring break. So we'll start getting details after that. I have HR write up the details, what we're going to do to get it out. I'd like to thank the sponsors that's going to help us, help give a young man or lady a little bit of money to put in their pocket as they go off to college. But like I said, we're here for another great episode. We're going to keep bringing it. I know we're not as hot as is football, but, basketball and wrestling, like I said, there's so much going on, so you can't really, if you did it every week, man, your head would just spin. But, football, you can go to different classes, but basketball, there's many teams, many games every night, so you can't keep up all of them. What's going on, Big E? Jonah?
Not much.
Not much. Just working. Stacking up that money.
Stacking them. Apparently not. You'll be buying some.
That was a present to myself because I
had
graduated college.
Uh-oh.
It was a little present to myself.
graduated.
Got my first degree.
Oh, okay.
First of three.
First
So-
of three.
First of three.
First of
That's the
three.
goal. Three is
He
the
said
goal.
not one, not two, but three.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
taking my talent to South Bend.
Full-time student.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I had to treat myself. Bought me some shoes. Bought me a pair of Yeezys. Bought me a pair of Jordans.
Okay.
I treated myself just a little bit, and then
Okay.
Hey,
ladies,
now,
if y'all
now,
looking
now
for
I'm, now I'm back to
ladies
stacking it up.
Any ladies out here? Big E needs.
hey.
Big E needs.
Any of you moms out there is looking for your daughter to find a good man,
Right.
he's keeping it 100 because he's going to keep it 100 to her. So if you're looking to hook your daughter up with a good man, you got my man Big E. He's
Big
going
E
to
up.
school. He's working. He's doing his thing, ladies. Hey, we can change this show real quick to a dating app, the Big E app.
Call it the Sexy E.
The Sexy E.
Come on,
But, like I said, a good young man. Like I said, he's getting his degree. Now he said not one, not two, but three, and he's working. ladies, that's hard to find these days. Because most men want to play the Xbox and have you work and bring home groceries, and he don't even want to pay them in. So, hey,
You want to bring him in.
so you're getting a good deal if you meet Big E. So what's going on, Big J? How you doing?
I'm just work, kids. That's about it. That's all I can
kids.
do. Working
There's
kids.
nothing wrong with that. You know,
Noah's not playing anything. He's about to start golf and track up here in a couple months.
There you
Start
go, golf.
training.
Okay. Well, I've been, I did my thing. I've been, my son's been wrestling. I haven't got a really chance to watch him. I've been watching him online. He took care of business his last 3 duels. He wrestled at home last week. Got the win over the kid 9-4. Came back and wrestled in the Midwest duels yesterday. Got 2 wins, one 15-0 and one 12-4. I think he moves his record to 22-5. Got a duel this Thursday night, so I'll go check him out. He got the number 1 kid. He's number 3 in the nation. The number 1 kid will be coming here in 2 weeks, so that should be a good battle. They wrestled once before. Gabe lost him 9-11, 11-9, however you want to say it, and then he was up 6-1. So I think he has the opportunity to beat the young man. Zoe still got school ball going on. She's just doing 7th and 8th grade now. Big win for Carl Albert 7th grade girls the other night. Playing Midwest City's middle school 7th grade girls. A week ago they beat us by 10. We came back and beat them in overtime. Great game from all the ladies. Can't sit here and name them all, but just a good game overall. Big win for them. They keep that tradition alive. 8th grade girls. It's kind of crazy. They beat Midwest City's girls last week 59-9 and ended up getting beat 34-36 this week. So
Called good coaching. Adjustments.
It's called adjustments. You're right. And it's called just the way the ball bounces. Went to Dallas last week with United Della Lamb. Went up to Dallas and played in that AAU kickoff, Grasshopper kickoff. Came up short in the semifinals. Got beat by Crush Queens 34-37. Got down by 13. We made a little bit of run. But, you got to go play ball, man. Both teams, they go back and forth. Crush has beat us the last 2 times. Good teams. It's funny. The Twins play on the Crush. Zoe play on Della Lamb. So it's always weird when you're playing against your teammate. But it's friendly love of competition. That's always all about, though. But we'll keep moving forward. Got a couple good games this week and keep doing our thing. Like I said, basketball's in full effect. Like I said, we'll talk to Jacob. Then we'll get into some of the tournaments over the weekend, talk about some of the winners, and we'll end it up with a bit of wrestling. And like I said, we'll just keep bringing it to you. But please start subscribing because the way to get scholarships, you got to be subscribed to the YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter. All 3 of us. Like I said, we'll give details how we're gonna pick the winner. But we might do 2 winners. I might do 2 $500 scholarships instead of doing 1,000, just to give 2 people a chance to have a little bit of money in their pocket. It's be enough to buy you a laptop. Maybe get your parking pass or something. But y'all ready to bring Jacob on? Y'all got anything y'all want to talk real quick before we get going? Football, OU football, tennis, golf? Anything?
Not much going on, really. So, yeah, we can go ahead and bring him on.
We're going to bring Jacob on real quick. We'll be right back after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keep it at 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Right back.
With 25 years experience in the industry, Linex Customs OKC is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle accessory needs. Specializing in spray-in liners, lifts, levels, wheels, tires, bed covers, and anything else you need to make your ride look and sound better. Call Eric and the boys at 405-778-8878.
Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday afternoon. We're on the phone with head coach of Calumet boys basketball team himself. Looking good. Looking real good, Coach Mayfield. What's up, Coach?
Not much. How you guys?
Hey, man, we can't complain, man. It's a Sunday. We get to do a show, man. Basketball and wrestling season is a little bit different than football. Football, we do a show every week, but basketball, we try to do twice a month to try to, get everything in. Because, you know as well as I know, basketball, you're playing almost every other night, and you couldn't keep up with every game if you was to try to do a show weekly. So, Coach, I know you got another big win tournament last night. What tournament did you guys play in?
We played in the West Central tournament based out of Southwestern.
Okay. I know a lot of folks on here don't know a lot about Calumet. It's one of them small schools, but one thing I do like about the tournaments, you get to play bigger schools. And a couple weeks ago, a girls was it 1A school went out and played against Tuttle, Carl Albert, in Bethel and beat up on them. And I think they were 1A school, Class A school. You guys are, what are y'all? Y'all Class A or Class B?
We're Class B.
Class B.
We're right on the we go A and B. We kind of bounce back and forth. This year we're fortunate enough to be in Class B.
So if you was to move up, what would be your next move up then? Would be what? If y'all was to move up, what would be the class y'all would move up to?
Class A.
Class A, okay. Then go A, then it goes A, then 2A.
Yeah, we bounce A and B. Yeah, then goes up to 2A, right on all the way to 6A. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Coach, like I said, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you've been coaching for a while. You play a little bit of college ball. For the listeners that don't know a lot about Calumet, we're going to let them find out who Calumet is today, the Chieftains. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, this is my 10th year coaching, and this is my 7th year at Calumet. Calumet, they have a great basketball tradition, and that was established way before my time, but we've kind of carried it on. I think we've had 7 20-win seasons. I've got a state championship in 2017. 2019, we're runner-up, and we're hoping we can get back to that game this year.
Well, that's good stuff, Coach. Like I said, I know you play college ball, so you know the game. You studied the game and all that. And I know your wife played too. What are the things that you see yourself, coaching Calumet that you bring from being a high school player and also a college player? What do you bring to the kids and teach them the game there at Calumet?
Well, since I enjoy basketball, I still really enjoy being around it and being part of the kids' lives, and I try to be a player's coach. Guys, now we like to play fast. We want to push the ball. I always enjoyed that more as a player than holding the ball half court. But so we try to run fast. We try to put a lot of pressure on the ball, and I think the kids really respond to that. And I'm able to play more people and keep more people involved, and it helps the tradition carry on easier when you got more guys playing. It seems like you always got more guys returning from year to year.
Yeah, like I said, I know you guys are. Like I said, you're pretty much involved with all the programs from not little league, but from elementary all the way up to the middle school to the high school. You kind of got your finger on the basketball, girls and boys. So I know you got 2 great kids that play there. Your son's a 7th grader. Your daughter's a 6th grader. I know they both play a little bit of AU basketball. You being a high school coach and letting them play AU ball. What does AU ball mean to you? And plus, you being a coach for a high school, do you like the AU ball system?
It is good for my kids because they get to see a different level of competition at times. And the game's faster, probably a little more physical, probably AAU than it is for small school basketball, which is good. My son's in the 8th grade.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. But it's good for him to go see some different competition and get to play a different role. For our team, he's usually got he's established, plays point guard quite a bit, and he goes up there and he's just kind of another guy and kind of earn his stripes, I guess, more so. Not that he doesn't work hard here, but and the same for my daughter. They, like I said, it's just a different mentality about being on the court. They got to go get it a little more, and you're playing bigger and faster, stronger people usually more in the AAU circuit. And here at Calumet, I'm lucky enough that I get to coach. I coach 3rd and 4th grade school ball team here, and then 5th and 6th in our school. And I want to brag on my younger kids, and what you saw my kids for a minute. This is the first year here I can say we won 2 5th and 6th grade tournaments that we were in. We won all 3 junior high tournaments we were in, and we just won all 3 high school tournaments that we were in. So we were able to win from 5th and 6th grade up. We haven't lost a tournament this year.
Did he
Pretty excited about that.
Hey, Coach, this is Jonah. Did you say you coached all those grades?
Yes, we have a 3rd and 4th grade team that we actually play through the school, and we play the teams around here, other small schools and some K through 8s. And so we have an hour every day. We get to practice basketball every day in PE. And then we do the same with 5th and 6th, and then junior high has an hour. And so I kind of get a system going. And
yeah, so you got a little farm league.
Well. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, so
it
works out. Yeah, like I said, we like to press and do a little run and jump, and it seems to work out real well. By the time they're in high school, we already have a system in place, and they kind of know what they expected of them, and it's been working out pretty well. Yeah.
So you said
like right now, right now our junior high is undefeated, and our high school's 19-1. So
nice. So you said you won in 2017?
Yes, sir.
So when do you think it's gonna take this year to win it? Like, what do you think? It's like the same
Well,
system?
I will say this. That in 2017, I was blessed to have a really good player named Riley Island. He all stated for us, and he averaged about 30 a game. Man, he could really score the ball. Yeah, he really could score. He was a phenom scoring. But now it's like we've kind of changed. I've got a bunch of guys that can do a lot of different things. We're young, and man, we're averaging. I think we're second in the state, B through 6A in scoring, so we really get a lot of possessions. We try to get 75 possessions of games, what we try to shoot for. And we've been able to do that with our pressure, and I've been playing 10 guys, and like I said, the young guys come in and can pressure, and
so you do a full
we push
court
the
press?
ball well. Yeah, we do a full court run jump a lot of times, and we will switch that up, depending on who we're playing. But, yeah, we try to do that most of the time.
How many points are you averaging in a game?
I think when I looked last time, we were right at 72.
Oh, that's a lot in high school.
Yeah.
That brings me to the next question. I know, you kind of talked about this before. I know the shot clock is something everybody's trying to get, and they talk about the small schools. I know you're a small school. They talk about the small schools don't want it, but the big schools do. And I got a chance to go and watch that Carl Albert PC North game last night. A great basketball game, but you could see about 4 minutes PCO kind of backed off and started doing a little, ring around the world, throw the ball around the world until, we can find a great shot, which is cool. But I think having a shot clock, it helps the underdog or who's losing get a chance to get back in the game, because somebody can hold the ball 2 to 3 minutes in a basketball game, and you might not ever get another possession. So I think with the shot clock, it does help you get the ball back into your opponent's hands. And you have it in college. So if these kids are going to go play college ball, they might as well get used to it right now playing it with high school. So how do you feel about the shot clock?
Well, to be honest, we're going to pressure somebody so much that the shot clock would be irrelevant for us. But I can speak for it on the pro and the con, and for me, I wouldn't bother me to have it. We're going to shoot the ball before a 30-second shot clock goes off anyway, and usually we're going to pressure somebody to where something happens before that anyway. But I don't know. A lot of people in a small school just think it takes away from the having basically the old school part of basketball, being able to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I think the shot clock slows the game down too.
I don't think it slows the game down. I think, it's like last night, watching the game last night, 4 minutes left to go in the fourth. I think it's like 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. PC North started bringing the ball out, and they're playing, just to weave,
Right. But that's where you got to make adjustments and get the ball.
But if you can't do that for 2 minutes, they did that for 2 minutes. Well, with a shot clock, you got to get a shot off in 25 seconds.
Right, but I'm saying it's up to the other team to get the ball.
Well, yeah, but then you have to start fouling and fouling and fouling. But no, I think the shot clock gives you extra possessions that you can get that you might not get if you didn't have a shot clock. I'm for the shot clock, man. I think you do it in college. It's kind of like high school wrestling. I know you guys don't have wrestling in Calumet, but in college wrestling, you can get riding time, but in high school you don't. As you can see, in college, these guys get the riding time. That might be the difference in winning a match by 1 point or losing a match. So I think there's some things if you're doing it in college and you're trying to get these kids ready for college, we might as well go on and do it in high school.
I think it's like that in college because of TV timeouts and TV though. I mean,
man, most of these people are playing games. Coach, you play on TV. How many games you probably play on Squirtle? Most of your games televised on Squirtle or live streaming from?
We live stream ours on Squirtle every game, but the school does that ourselves. We pay for our own streaming system. But saying that, the shot clock, I said, I don't think the shot clock's going to affect very many games. Maybe the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game. That'd be the only thing it affects. Because most of the time, almost every game you go watch, nobody's holding the ball very much. Now, over the past few years, we have a tough opponent that holds the ball and plays slow. And hey, I would have took a shot clock against them any day of the week, but it's just going to change. It's just going to change. A lot of people are looking at it mainly as the aspect of game management, as far as you got to hire somebody else to do it, and then referees already right now are at a shortage.
That is crazy.
Nothing else shortage. You just got new people doing it that I don't know necessarily. Some are good or some are bad, and that's just in the eye of the beholder, I guess. But that's another thing for them to worry about. Did it hit the rim, shot clock reset, jump ball, all that. And it's going to add another level of stress on them, and which could potentially make the game worse. I mean, it could.
That's
honestly.
true. That's true. If you look at it that way, you're right about that because you get a lot of these people that do the clock. I know the other night in my daughter's game, that clock probably messed up 5 times, and you got some middle school or high school kid doing it. He's over there texting and looking at Twitter or TikTok or whatever he's looking at. He ain't paying attention to the game.
I'm looking at the. Oh, I thought you was talking about me.
Oh,
what
see,
the heck?
he over here not paying attention. See, he thought I'm on.
You
He
always
feeling
talking
guilty
about
over
me
here.
Not paying attention.
No, I was talking about
I'm
the
looking
kid.
at records.
I'm talking about the kid over at the game the other night. You got any question for Mr. Mayfield before we let him go?
Yeah, I mean, you're getting close to the end of the season here. I think you got 4 or 5 games left in the season, and what's it going to take to close it out and get a good amount of momentum heading into the state tournament?
Good question.
Well, for us, since we're a pressure team, the longer you get in the playoffs, the better guards you place, and it kind of changes the outlook of the game. So for us, being healthy coming in here and being able to play 9 or 10 guys and not worry about it, that's a big deal. Toward the end of the year, everybody's getting banged up. We got an ACL guy right now that's out trying to play through it, but just injuries, man. Like we got a knee last night. It's just if we can get healthy, come together at the right time, how it is. If we can hit the outside shot, we're going to be fine moving forward.
Well, Coach, before we let you go, I got to ask you, man, you got your daughter and your son both there at Calumet, both great ball players, man. Are you looking forward to your son's class? I know they're pretty salty. Do you see that the next class that's going to make you have a chance to get you a couple gold balls in a row? And then your daughter, being one of the better players in the 2029 class of her age group, Miss Hayden. What do you see both of your kids at here in the near future? Because I know you like the competition. And it seems like El Reno and Calumet always gets the kids. How do you guys get the kids to move in? Because you guys don't even have a stoplight. Had to throw that in there, Coach. Had to throw that in there.
There you go. That's all right. That's fine. Yeah.
His record.
His record. Yeah, that's exactly right. Hopefully our resume and body of work
gets those people in there.
People,
he don't need no stop.
People want to be a part of it. Yeah.
I love it.
That's what we're hoping. Kids want to come and be a part of what we're doing. And we try to play in a good way what they like.
Hell no. I'm going to Calumet.
Going to Calumet.
Give me a couple of breathes.
Hey, but Coach Mayfield does a good job though with with the team though. But Mayfield, I got to ask you though, when's the last time you had a tech?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got one two Fridays ago.
Mayfield,
how many texts you got?
Hey, Mayfield,
Westbrook of
I only
text.
I only got one on the season.
Westbrook of text.
Hey, Coach Mayfield come out with his trench jacket on, looking good. The next thing you know, he get teed up.
He come out of his trench coat.
He come out of his trench. Hey,
He's
ready to go. Hey, he ready to go. Coach Mayfield don't play around. He said, "Hey, you better call it my way, or we're gonna have you out the door today." Coach Mayfield says, "Hey." He does
put that on me, Tony.
He does a good job with Calumet, though, man. You talking about a man that I'm telling you right now, he can go coach a 6A boys or girls basketball team, 5A, any other class, and he's gonna do the same thing he's doing at Calumet. He's just a great coach. He knows the game. He has one of the best inbound plays I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't go watch them. So you talking about a man that knows the game. He knows the game. Well, Coach Mayfield, like I said, I really appreciate you taking some time out on your Sunday afternoon to come on Keep It 100, man, because like I said, I'm supporting my Calumet hat. I wear all the time. People always ask me what that stands for, and I tell you the Calumet Chiefs, baby, because Coach Mayfield gave it to me. I support it all the time. But, Coach, I just want to tell you thank you for coming on. Jonah, E, y'all got anything else, closing words?
No, sir. Just thank you once again. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We
really appreciate you guys, man. Y'all come out and catch a game. I'll give you a shirt.
Hey, I got my shirt in my hat, Coach. I'll be out there to a game, though, man. I tell you, I love going to games when Zoe's not playing. I love sitting in the gym. And I want to say real quick before we let him go, Calumet got one of the best gyms in the state of Oklahoma, too. It's really, really nice. Even though they don't have a stoplight, they got a hell of a gym. All right, Coach. We appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye. Well, folks, that's Coach Mayfield from the Calumet Chieftains, man. One of the best coaches around in his class. Does a great job, man. I mean, like I said, he played college ball. And I'm not lying about one of the best inbounds players around. His son's a gym rat. He's always in the gym. That young man, you'll see him go far. His daughter, like I said, she's one of the top players in the 2029 class. Plays with my daughter. She's doing some traveling ball now, and he'll tell you, and his wife will tell you too. To get better, you got to go play the best. You can't. She might be the best in Calumet. Right. His son might be the best in Calumet, but when you get out there in them streets in Dallas and Kansas City, and then Louisiana,
we did that with track.
Yeah.
Was beating everybody here. We went to Texas.
Yeah,
we were third place, baby.
Yeah, and that's it. So you folks, I mean, that's something that we're gonna talk about real quick though. These parents, man, they get caught up. They really do. Let me get back onto the keep it 100, one that pays the bills. These parents, they get caught up.
Oh, my baby this, my baby that.
Yeah, and there was a guy that put a deal out the other day, and I hit him up and I just said, he had put something that, hey, my kid's not going into the transfer portal, and and I kind of hit him up and I said I didn't think they had a transfer portal. I said I thought kids just faked it and just faked the address and moved in. Yes. Just keeping it 100 is what we do here. But, parents, you can't worry about if a kid moves in. You can't. That's going to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you're a winning program, people going to come in. No matter what grade they in, what grade your kid in, you got to get your kid in the right training. That's all you got to do. You got to put the faith in your kid. You can't go buy a new scoreboard. You can't go buy no juicy juicies.
Not the 90s anymore.
Yeah. You got to go out there and play because, hey, now these coaches, they're not winning. Guess what happened? They looking for a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're looking for a job. They know it, man. They can't sleep like I can't sleep at night because if you ain't winning, man, you're tossing and turning one like, man, what did I do wrong? What I got to do? So now they got to play these younger kids if these kids are good. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get mad, man. I see it all the time. I'm going through a little bit with my own kid because, she's playing up and I know people like, well, I'll be playing in sixth grader. Well, you know what I mean? And I'm not.
Sixth graders better than the 7th and 8th.
That's it. If you can go, you can go. This
ain't the YMCA.
If somebody was better than my baby Z, or somebody's better than my man Gabe or Deshaun or Shakayla or Olivia and my granddaughter and my nephew Noah, if they're better, they're better. But guess what I got to do as a parent? I got to go get them better. That's why I say my daughter might have 3 different trainers because she's started learning from 3 different ways. But these parents, they want to sit there and say, well, my kid's going to play. He's going to start because he's been. No. Who's guaranteed him to start? He got to work his butt off. Because people moving in, when you're winning and you're getting scholarships and you're getting kids in school, people's gonna move in. How do y'all feel about that?
I'm good with it.
Yeah, you said it earlier. If it's a winning program, you're gonna get those kids coming in there because parents start finding out about it, and parents are like, "Well, my kid, he's balling his ass off. He deserves to go win."
Move in legit. Like I don't like.
Yeah. Go about it the right way.
No. I don't think you should. I'm all with you. I don't think you should go get a fake house. And a lot of people are doing that, man, these days, faking their address, faking.
Star Spencer going to.
Yeah, going to a school, man. But I think you got to move in because now if I'm a parent and I'm paying taxes and my kids come to school every day, my kids doing all the right things, and then you get some knucklehead that move in that ain't living here and ain't paying taxes here, yeah, you should be a little bit frustrated because you have put money in the program. You have done stuff for the program. When you're
that's
going
not going to guarantee you a spot.
No, it's not going to guarantee you a spot. But I'm saying you are putting time in, doing the concession stands. Because that's one thing I don't like. Your baby out there and you probably missing a little bit of the game because you helping out at the concession stand. But Joey Boo's mama's out there coming on Friday night saying came to no damn PTA meeting, no damn.
What's that got to do with football?
But I'm saying,
sport.
No, but I'm saying is give. Just don't show up on a Friday night. Everybody give it.
I gave you my son's talent. I'm not gonna sit there.
But you might not even live in the town.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying about the town.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Keep up, Felicia.
Boy, stop.
But that's what I'm just saying, though, man. You get these parents all riled up, man, on Twitter and Facebook talking about, oh, man, my baby gonna. No, the baby ain't guaranteed. No, if a coach is guaranteed a starting position, he should be fired. Because you got to earn that position year to year.
That's what they're going to say to get you over there.
Yeah, they're going to tell you that. I know they're going to tell you that, but that's what I'm saying. But
that's why these parents get mad.
But I know, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't even get on social media and say my kid is going to start here or my kid is going to do this and that and that.
A lot of times these parents mess up these kids because these coaches and schools don't want to deal with these knuckleheads.
No. Right. Sit back, man. I said, one thing I never did when my boys played football, I never went to coach and said, hey, man, my kids should start here. I got on my kids for not doing something right. I'm never going to go to coach and say my kids should start here. Somebody asked me last night, Colorado got 4 freshman girls that is playing right now. By the time those girls are seniors, Zoe will be a freshman. I said, man, you think? Man, no. If
you
Zoe,
got to earn that.
There you go.
But sometimes you do have these coaches that the parents or whoever feed into the program, this shouldn't be starting in the first place. Like, your child is better than I get that.
If my kid is better, that's when I might have a situation with my coach and say,
But
hey,
a lot of times,
what do I got to do to get my kid better? That's it. You can have. I think every parent should ask that question.
Right.
What do I got to do to get my kid better?
Sometimes it doesn't matter because the other parent.
But that's when you got to make that decision. And say, hey man, you know what? Because at the end of the day, we all want to be debt free, right? All three of us sitting at this table want to be debt free.
Who are you talking about?
I mean, you don't want. I mean, if your kid can get a scholarship and you ain't got to pay for it, you're debt free. He ain't got to worry about paying it when he's done with school. But I'm saying that's something that you want to look at is you want to be debt free. So you got to now. If your kid is playing, I'll say your kid's a freshman, your kid's a sophomore, but they got Johnny X starting in front of him, but Johnny X ain't really that good. But Johnny X mom and dad puts a lot of money in the program, and then they split in time. No, that's not right. If your son is better than Johnny X, your son or daughter should be playing in front of Johnny X or Susie X or whoever it is.
There's also a percentage of parents that think their child is good that really is.
We all think our kid is good.
Right.
That's.
I keep it real. I mean,
no, but I'm just saying, as a dad, as a father, as a mother, all of us think our kids. Those are our babies. Those are what we produce. So you do think that. Do I think my kid is good? I think she's good. Do I think she can get work on? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm just realist with it though. You know. I mean, if she ain't doing, I was at a game a couple weeks ago and she was doing nothing. I said, Tony Chase, sit it down, because I'm real. Because if she ain't producing, sit it down.
I mean, she's good, but there's areas that she could be better.
There you go.
But it's just in her head that she's not good. I think you just want her to be a player that she's not. But she's good at what she is good at, though.
No, I think she needs to become more of a scorer, though. But
right,
I mean,
that's not her.
No, I mean, you can't say that's not her. That's
right now. That's not her.
That's it.
She's how old is she?
She's 12.
She's stuck at 12 or 13. You are who you are.
That's not true. That's not true. I said we debate that all day long. That's not true.
Okay.
Because I mean,
in what way?
Because Deshaun was a center at 12.
I'm not saying athlete. I'm saying mindset. If you're a dog, you're a dog. If you're not a dog, if she's more passive and wants to pass, that's just her.
But you can't say you're not. I mean, because me and Coach Darnell had the same discussion last night. Because I said, man, you know, I want her to be more of a 1 and 2. And he said, man, you know what, Tony, let her be all 5. You don't know what she's going to be.
Right.
When you get in high school is when you might change.
I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about mentality. Like, Noah's not a dog.
I'm not going to say I think Zoe's a dog.
But I'm just saying he can turn. He's not a natural dog like Luka. Luka, he's dog 24/7.
Every kid is different, though.
That's what I'm just saying.
But it doesn't make a kid not a good kid if he's not a dog. I mean,
what
Reggie
are you
Bush.
talking about?
No, I'm just saying you're saying it's not a dog.
I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about mentality. Noah has all the skill in the world, but he has to turn the dog on. Luka, he's dog all 24/7. Like,
well, I mean, some kids are like that though.
Right.
Some turn it on, some turn it off. But I don't think you say, hey, a kid's not who they are at 12 or 13. That's not true because some kids ain't even hit their puberty yet until they get 14 or 15.
Here, I'm not talking about physical or talent.
But as you get older, you're gonna go here.
What do you mean?
As you get older, you're gonna think different things.
No, if a person is shy, a person is shy. A person doesn't want to talk, a person doesn't want to talk. You talk more than I do.
I'm a talker. I'm a salesman. You work in the medical field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he doesn't talk that much.
Yeah. He should. He work at Best Buy. That's why he ain't get no sales.
You stupid. You are who you are.
I'm not the sales guy.
I'm not talking about skill.
I'm customer service. I deal with people's problems.
If Zoe had the choice to pass it or shoot it, 90% of the time, I believe she's going to pass it.
No, yeah.
Right. She's stuck in her way. That's right.
You can't say you're stuck in your way because you can fix your way. That's why you go to trainings. You go to things.
No. I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about her mentality. It's like LeBron. He's passive. He's the best player as of right now in the NBA. He's going to pass it.
Yeah, he is a passer.
Right.
He's gotten better in his old age, though. That's why he's about to break Kareem. Can't say too much of a passer. He's about to break Kareem's, or he's already broken his record.
I'm just saying in general, he's normally a passer. You are who you are. That doesn't make you a bad player.
No, don't say that.
I'm just saying that's what she is.
But I don't think you can say, hey, they're stuck it that way at 12 years old because you can change your ways, though. We all change our ways.
No, I'm saying if the coach said, hey, Zoe, take this shot, she's going to take the shot.
Yeah.
But if she's dribbling down the court and she sees someone open, she's going to kick it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but
right,
that's her game.
She's there's that other little girl on your team, number 1.
Yeah.
She going to shoot it. That's her.
She is gonna shoot it.
Right.
She ain't
gonna dish nothing up. I'm gonna get my 50 attempts. That's her. That's not Zoe. They're two different players.
Yeah.
That's folks, all I'm saying.
No. You good, folks? Like I said, we had a big thing that came down last week at the Millwood Dale City game. Man, had a little bit of shooting. We'll drop that clip in here, man.
We're from the John Smith Fieldhouse tonight, where the Millwood Falcons fall. We'll go to break.
It's sad that you can't go to a high school basketball game and not know what's going to happen. The game was over when all this conversion took place. I know Coach Jones and Lenny has done a great job of trying to build that program. The character over there, that hey, Dell City is not a bad place to be at. And then, you get this little incident, and people start talking on Twitter and Facebook, oh, that school's who we thought they are, and that's what kind of school it is. No, it's not. I mean, it wasn't even a Dell City kid or a Mid-Dell kid. It just happened to be, hey, at the Dell City basketball game. Not saying Mill was a bad kid, because, Mill was a bad school. You just had some knuckleheads that got into it, and next thing you know, led to the other. I just want to kind of talk to you guys about that. What do you feel like this world has come to, that you can't even take your kid or daughter or son to a basketball game? How do y'all feel?
It is sad, that, there's a bunch of violence everywhere, whether it's with guns or with fists or with knives, whatever. There's just violence in this world. But it's a sad thing, and it is something that I think about all the time. Like when I'm at a restaurant,
yes,
when
sir.
I'm in church, when I'm, at any kind of event, like it's kind of one of those things. And that's why, me being honest, I'm almost 21 years old. I'm almost of legal age to go and buy a handgun. The only way to defend yourself against a gun is with a gun. So that's why I'm going to do that, to defend myself. Now pray to God that I never have to use it, but
Right.
It's there as a precautionary measure, but, it is a sad deal. So, do I wish there was like one solution to get rid of all that? Sure. But as soon as you find a solution, another problem's going to arise.
Right.
And
Yes,
then,
sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
it's a sad deal, and it's probably something we're going to have to deal with for the rest of eternity. But it's just something we got to deal with, I guess, as sad as it is to say.
I don't know. Only thing that gets me is just I hate to not make this a color thing, but being as a black male, just from what we had to do, the road that we had to go to, the choices that we had to make, it's just stupid to me. And then we'll have this, it's not black on black crime, it's just proximity crime, that you have the situation because, whites kill whites. It's just whoever you're next to, he's going to kill. It's just the thing that you'll have this situation, then the next week we're marching or Black Lives Matter type stuff, but we're killing each other. But as soon as a white person kills one of us, we want to cry or yell or march and scream and go to the courthouse and call Al Sharpton and whoever else. Jesse Jackson. But when it's us, it's like, okay, whatever. We need to have that same energy when it's us killing us or us doing something to us. And that's the only thing that pisses me off. Is just don't go march next week and go downtown on 23rd, march down the street and all this other nonsense and BLM, but we can't even fix our own backyard.
Yes,
So that's the only thing that pisses me off. It's stupid.
I'm right there with you on that, because at the end of the day, man, you're right, because there's really no racism no more. I mean, there's always gonna be racism, but
There's always racism,
I'm saying there's
but
really
it's
no
different.
color no more, because everybody's married to each other and all that. But
Right.
one of the biggest things you have is that, why do we have to go to a gun?
We said this last time.
I'm just
because
saying,
they
but
can't fight.
But I'm just saying, even a fight or no fight, man, why we just can't, talk it out and say, hey, man, you know what, I was in the wrong, you was in the wrong. Hey, let's shake hands and move on. But it's like we got to play this bully ball and like, oh, I'm bigger and stronger than you, so I'm going to beat you up and go shoot up your hood and all this. And why are we still gangbanging?
Because we can't fight.
But why are we still
the dude that got
gangbanging?
beat up should have, you whooped my ass. It is what it is. But the situation is different when if someone mess with your mother.
And we don't know the whole story, so I don't want
I'm
to
just
get
saying.
it.
I'm saying if that's the true story, I get it. But am I gonna take it to that part? I get more satisfaction using my hands than I would a gun anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I just rather do that than shoot you.
Yeah, like I said, I know he talks about getting a gun, turn 21.
I
Jonah
got
has a
3
gun.
guns.
I don't own a gun. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
To each their own.
I mean,
Right,
like I
right,
said,
right,
I'm not
right.
mad at anybody that
Yeah.
owns a gun. I mean, but I just think that, I don't carry a gun. I know a lot of times people get into road rages, and so I've even got to the point I don't even try to do that no more, because people don't think, like he said, it's sad. You can't go to church, you can't go to Walmart, you can't go nowhere because these shootings has been everywhere. And that's the first thing Coach Jones said when the shots went off. It's like, man, is somebody coming here to shoot up the school because you got 500 people there at one time? You got somebody that's racist. You got somebody that's mad. I mean, you just never know because you don't know why people do it, man. I mean, it's kind of like the little girl. I know we're getting off subject from sports, but like the little girl that was killed on Christmas, the guy beat her up and he went bury her. Why would you beat up a 4-year-old kid?
It's
People
here.
are sick.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
People.
It's like
They need to deal with. It's not the gun. It's here. That's what we need to work with.
It's just sad though. It really is. But you know, like I said, I know Coach Lenny and Coach Jones and the whole principal, crew over there at Dale City High School is trying to. I know they've done a good job trying to make Dale City a place that you want to go to school and it's not so. Quote unquote, people say ghetto. What is ghetto? Every school got some kind of thuggish in it. I don't care if you're at Norman North, or you're at Edmond North, or you're at Edmond Memorial, if you're at Deer Creek. Everybody got some kind of thuggish in it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the way to do that is you got to do like how Douglas did or Booker T. Washington. Those kids that don't want to be there, just to be there, you got to weed them out.
And where do they go? They end up going somewhere else, and they end up falling.
That's not our problem.
But no, so they end up falling in the Midwest City. They end up falling in Dale City.
All schools need to have a criteria, and the fools that don't want to go to school, they have their own little school. They do their thing.
No, that's a good thought.
Or give them a trade. We need to bring trade back in.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know why they took it out, but they needed skilled trade. If you don't want to go to school, you don't want to read, whatever, go learn how to be a
plumber.
A plumber. Go learn how to be an electrician.
Yes, sir.
That's what they need to do.
Well, that's good stuff, though. Like I said, shout out to, Coach Lenny, Coach Jones, and the rest of the Dale City crew. I know you guys are going to do everything you can to get the character back. And you guys was supposed to have the statue dropped the other day of the guy that played NFL with the Vietnam and fought the war. I don't know the whole.
The 44, the white guy, Pat.
It's not Pat Tillman. It's the guy that went to Dale City.
Oh, you said Vietnam.
Yeah.
Pat Tillman. He Desert Storm.
Yeah, he been had a statue.
They were supposed to drop that last week, but they had the shooting, so they canceled it. I know Coach Jones is looking forward to presenting that statue right there in front of Dale City. He said, people say stuff that you shouldn't say at times. I know somebody made a comment, hope the John Smith statue didn't get shot. At the time, at that time, man, just be quiet and move on, and hopefully everybody's safe and healthy.
This right here.
Yeah.
Everybody think they can say what they want.
Yeah.
I like the old school. You keep your stuff in the house. It wouldn't pertain to you. Keep your mouth shut.
That's it.
Now the internet and
everybody want to get on there because, like I said, when it happened, man, I'm sitting here on my couch and me and Jess sitting watching TV, and Coach Jones calls me, man, and he sends me the video. He's like, man, you could tell in his voice, man, the guy was freaking out because you don't know where the shooting's coming from. You can hear it, when we played the clip back on the show, and I know most people's probably already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, when we play it back, man, you can hear, it's like right there, pop, 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 pop. You got to think about it, man. I've never really been around, knock on wood, I hope I never am, but I've never really been around, I've been around Eric when we're at the lake, and he's shooting his gun out there at the deal, but
Big Eric.
Big Eric, he owns 1,000 guns, but I'm just saying, I've never been around a gun, crossfire with somebody else. So, when you're hearing that right there, man, I'm telling you right now, everybody is in that gym's heart probably dropped. It's crazy. But let's get back to basketball. Let's talk about some of the teams that won it over the weekend. You had the Carl Albert Classic Titan tournament. Both Carl Albert girls and boys both got in it, but they fell short in the championship. The Carl Albert girls lose to Edmond Memorial. Edmond Memorial is one of the top two teams in girls basketball. I think Edmond North is right there. Then you got Memorial. Edmond Memorial had a really good team, man. They had a little 23-girl guard. I think she ended up getting the overall MVP player of the tournament for the ladies. And I'm just telling you right now, she could go. She wasn't very big, but she controlled the game real good. Got the ball to the girls that needed, and she shot when she had to. So kudos to her. Then PC North boys beat Carl Albert boys in overtime. I think it's about 1 point. PC North is a 6A team. Carl Albert's a 5A team. I think Carl Albert is a front runner for 5A, winning the 5A state championship. I know Lenny and in Southeast and Tulsa Memorial and some of the other schools got something to say about that. But I just tell you, Carl Albert is right there. The young man that's going to Iowa State, Tayshawn. the kid can play basketball.
Is that the football player?
Yeah, that kid
How's he
can
doing?
jump. Boy, he can jump out of a gym.
Yeah.
I mean, the
He's
kid,
athletic.
he is athletic, man. He had a rebound last night, man. He just, I mean, it's like it looked like he was on a trampoline. That's how, I mean, he just bounced up. They got a pretty good little team, man. You know, they got some guys that can go. Quincy is a pretty good little guard, man. You know, and they got good size. I mean, so. Their main guard, I think his name is Jordan. I think he's number 3. I'm not sure on all these kids'
Jordan
names.
England.
Yeah. He's led. He's a leader, but they got a 21 kid can just flat out shoot the ball, man. I'm just telling you, if you ain't in his face, man, he gonna splash on you. Call out the girls. I think. I got to watch them play Tahlequah the other night. Tahlequah was pretty good. They had a big time center, a little guard, number 2. But I think Sapopa is a top-notch team in 5A girls. I'm looking forward to that state tournament. I know Coach Richie's trying to win them one. Like I said, he got 3 good seniors, and Sutton Diaz and Caffey, Jamie Johnson's daughter. I'm just going to say that. They know who I'm talking about. 3 senior girls has been there. Both started. I think they all 3 started last year. Then he comes in, with 4 or 5 freshman girls that can go.
Who is this?
Carl Albert girls. So, they're in good shape for the next few years. Coach Richie.
Last time they won?
Last time I think they won was I want to say 2000. What is it? 2000. 23 years ago.
Dang.
So I know Coach Don and Miss Goggins. I know Principal Goggins, and I know she's a big time basketball player herself, and she might have won state championship when she was there. I know they're looking to win one. Midwest City girls, man. Coach Knight got them going. She got them going. They ended up winning the Moore tournament over. They beat Booker T. Washington. That's big time win time. You can beat Booker T in anything. You can pat yourself on the back or give yourself the chest bump. But big time win for them. You got to give it up to El Reno, Jennifer Douglas, man.
Isn't that one girl on the team
Who's that?
that Zoe go watch all the time? Is it El Reno or Enid? Black girl.
Probably
Like 42 maybe. There's one girl, that's a little black girl, that's pretty good. I don't know if she's at El Reno or Enid.
It's probably no, we don't know nobody from El Reno.
Does she go? She watches her play all the time. She's always talking about her. Did she take a picture with her or something?
I thought that was a girl from Midwest City.
Was that Midwest City?
Probably Midwest City. We don't.
I'm thinking of another girl. Then I don't know what I'm thinking of.
But
She had a blue uniform on.
I don't know. You might have to call Zoe
Might have
here
called
and ask
Zoe.
her. But real quick back to that. But Midwest City, Midwest City gets the win over, like I said, over Booker T. Man, that's big time. They've lost some games, but it seems like Coach Knight got them going in the right direction, man, and winning some ball games. So kudos to them. But like I said, back to Jennifer Douglas, man. If you had to pick a coach of all the classes, man, Jennifer Douglas finds a way to win. She does. She's in the state championship last year. She just knocked off, who did she knock off? I'm sorry. They just knocked off Jinx 50-36. I mean, that's big time. She's a smaller school and go up there and beat up on Jinx. Big time, 6A school over, thousands of students. El Reno is next door to Calumet, so you tell you how big it is. But
No
I mean, still,
stoplights?
they do got a couple stoplights and they got a Burger King and a Walmart. So,
okay.
but I'm just saying she finds the way to win. So kudos to Coach Knight. Coach Douglas winning. Beating Jinx in the championship. So good job to them. Deer Creek boys. I'm just telling you right now. I got a chance to watch them play a couple weeks ago. They just won the tournament they was in. They beat Edmond Memorial 67-47. The Edmond Memorial is always pretty decent. As you can see, their girls played in the championship over at Carl Albert, and they played the championship. The tournament they was in the Bruce Gray Invitational. So kudos to them. Big E, let's go through the rankings real quick on the all the classes, and then we'll talk about wrestling real quick and get out of here.
Gotcha. We'll go top 5 here in each class.
Yes, sir.
So at 6A for boys, you got Broken Arrow 1 sitting at 14-0. Edmond North at 2 at 13-2. PC North at 3 sitting 15-1. You got Westmore at 4 sitting 14-2, and then Choctaw at 5 sitting at 12-3.
Well, I'm gonna say something about Choctaw real quick. Choctaw lost a couple of games over the weekend. They got beat by El Reno boys, and they got beat by Union boys. They got a pretty good team. I hear a lot of grumbling and mumbling, when I'm sitting in the stands and listening to grandparents and parents rap about Choctaw. They said Choctaw got a good team. So the biggest problem with Choctaw, they don't play team ball.
It's ISO.
They don't run no plays. I think Coach Simpson's a decent coach. I've never talked to him up close, but when you start having people say those kind of things, you don't want those kind of things out because it turns, because like I said, when you start getting beat by El Reno, I know they got some kids hurt, Will's out, but you still got to win. I mean, they got enough with Cam Hunt and then what's the kid's name?
Jamon.
What's his name? Valentino?
No, Jamon Valentine. I think he got a little brother too.
Yeah, he got a little brother. I
like
like
that
that name though, man.
Javon.
That's like hey girl, what's your
I can have that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I think Choctaw, man, somebody put him out on Twitter the other day, and I think sometimes that could be the curse when people start putting you out there. Boom, boom, you lose 2 games. So I think Choctaw could be a contender, but I don't think they got enough. They got to play team ball, man. Everybody sitting at this table know you have to be a team player, man. If you're not a team player, nobody's gonna want to play with you, and kids gonna not. And you might be like like my brother said earlier about the young lady like to shoot. She likes to get her shots up. But, if she's hitting them, that's cool. But sometimes you still need your other teammates to help you win ball games. So, guys, if y'all watching the show, man, I watched last night, number 1 for Putnam City Norm. I thought he was the best player on the floor. But, I thought he didn't shoot enough to me. I was like, man, you don't shoot enough, dude. You got a nice shot.
Can't have it one
but
or the other.
You
can't have it both.
But I'm just saying he did a good job stripping the ball. But I think he could have shot anytime he got a shot off, anytime he wanted. He had a pretty shot. But I'm just saying, to me, he's a team player, and people going to want to play with you. He's not all about him. You get some of these guys, it's all about me. And guess what? That's what happens.
You.
All right, moving on to 5A, you got Carl Albert at 1, sitting at 13-3. Memorial at 2, also sitting at 13-3. Nathan Hale at 3, sitting at 15-2. Del City at 4, sitting at 9-5. And then Holland Hall at 5, sitting at 13-1.
I've never heard of Nathan Hill and Holland Hall.
But, those are the teams that creep up on and get you because they probably got a big dude, got a guy that can shoot, kind of like Del over there. I know you talk about Del City score. They're sitting at 9-5, but I tell you right now, Lenny's lost some tough games. He lose one of his best.
2 of those losses are from schools in Texas.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Big E. You look at it. He lose one of his best players as the season kicks off. He thinks he's gonna have his Terry young man, and then he packs up his bag and says, "I'm taking my stuff to Douglas, sitting on the couch." But he goes over to Douglas, and once we get to Douglas, you're gonna see what they're sitting at. When you lose a good player like that, man, and he leaves you, guess what? You got to go back to the drawing board. Now you got to put somebody that probably wasn't starting into his spot. So now you got to have somebody.
That's why these coaches need to get these other players involved. You can't they got to get game time.
Yeah, but I think Terry. I don't know Terry very well. I don't know that much about Terry. But sometimes, these coaches tell you, "Hey, you come over here. I'm gonna get you D1. I'm gonna get you this." I'm not saying that.
I'm saying. Because you don't know injury, you don't know if someone's going to leave. You got to get that bench ready.
Now he talking 100, folks. That's
you got to get that. These coaches be having these kids just sitting on the bench.
Man,
because not everybody's a practice player.
Yeah.
Sometimes those lights click on in the game.
Yes,
you got to get them out there.
And I noticed that. Kind of in the girls in the boys championship game last night. They went 6 or 7 deep. I think if you got 8 girls, 9 girls, and go, give them that break because you got to realize fourth quarter they're tired. You're chasing, you're tired.
Right.
I used to watch that my own kid. When she'll play in these, with hustle and she'll play the whole game and you're playing 24 minutes. Granted the clock is running, but shit, that's running back and forth. So I just kind of said, hey man, we're gonna back off from playing all of these. I can't make everybody happy, but man,
too many miles
that's
on
it. Too many miles on that Porsche.
Right. That Ferrari need to be bugged in the garage, plugged with the battery, and the car tarp on it.
Right.
What you got, Big E? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Moving on to 4A, you got Crossings Christians at 1, sitting at 15-1. Kingfisher at 2, sitting at 14-2. Weatherford at 3, 16-1. Douglas at 4, at 9-1. And then Newcastle at 5, sitting at 15-2.
Hey, I think that's the toughest.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, you're talking about Kingfisher, Douglas. Those are 2 teams that are always
Douglas 9-1, sitting at 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't played as many games over this. Yeah. So,
but scared they're gonna get shot. So no, we're not going to Douglas. Pulling out guns. after the game.
We're not driving our Range Rover right now.
No metal detectors.
They are getting metal detectors at Dell City, so that is
That's
going to
bad.
happen. No, I think every school should get metal detectors. I think
Actually,
everybody
I mean,
should
nowadays,
not
yeah.
I
have
mean, I
metal detectors.
would. I mean, for my safety and me taking my baby to a game, everybody should get metal detectors.
No,
man.
what we need is black males at the school. They'll take away everything.
Teachers?
Just black males. There's a school that was fighting every day.
You say you? So you tell me we need a bunch of coaches?
Time out. There's a school that had fights every day. They hired, then one dad came up and called like 10 different dads, all black males. Everything went down. The grades went up, testing went up, no fights, no nothing. They just roam the halls. Get your ass in class. Where are you going? They don't have no guns, nothing. Just 9 black males.
Well,
That's all you need.
That's it. Coach Thomas talk about that all the time at Memphis City.
Get
All
you
the
9
time.
black dudes in the hallway. Ain't nobody gonna miss school or class.
There you go.
Yeah.
Keep
We
it
got
at 100. You won't need no metal detectors or guns.
Moving on to 3A. You got Metro Christian at 1. They're undefeated, sitting at 15-0. You got Millwood at 2, sitting at 8-8. How's Millwood ranked so high when the
Millwood is good, man. They got the best player to state. Football and basketball. Number 20 can go, man.
I gotta see who they lost to.
At 8-8.
Man, I mean, they lost to Dell City. They lost to Carl Albert.
They lost to Dale, which Dale's the best team in the state.
Yeah, but I mean, Millwood's coming. You got to think they might have lost these games.
Oh wait, no. They didn't lose to Dale. They lost at the Dale tournament. They lost to OCS. They lost to OCA. They lost to Douglas. They lost to Bixby. Lost to Carl Albert. Lost to Dell City.
Yeah, but a couple of those games are pickup games. But let me tell you something real quick.
They should
While
not be sitting at 2 at 8-8.
Hey, but let me tell you something real quick, Big E.
How's Preg 13-2? Is that right? That ain't right.
I'm going to tell you right now. Put your money on Millwood. They'll win the state championship. I'm just going to tell you that right now because a lot of those games they lost early. Kids are hurt coming back from football. Not in shape
Not
yet.
basketball.
They lost
Not-
early. They've lost 2 games this month.
Yeah, but they lost to Dell City by how many points?
3 games this month.
They lost to Dell City by a couple points. And they're both higher teams. Millwood is a
Sitting
real
out in the
deal.
class, what
Yeah.
you say? Oh.
Millwood's the real deal, man. I'm just going to tell you. Keep your eye on Millwood when it comes to state championship time.
I don't know. If they're so good, they should be beating these better teams. But
Okay.
moving on.
Facts.
Prague at 3, sitting at 13-2. Purcell at 4, sitting at 15-1, and Roland at 5, sitting at 16-1. Then you got 2A Dale still on top, 20-0, haven't lost. Then you got Preston at 2, sitting at 15-3.
Okay.
OCA at 3, sitting at 14-6. Hennessy at 4, when they're 11-3, and then Oktaha, I think that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, that's all Indians.
Sitting at 15-2. And then Class A, you got Cato sitting at 1, 14-1. Rattan. See, when you get in the smaller ones, these towns are hard to pronounce. They're sitting at 17-2. You got Vanos sitting at 3, 16-2. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. They sitting at 16-2, and then you got Sealing sitting at 13-1 at 5. Then Class B, you got Fort Cobb, Broxton sitting at 20-1. Roth at 16-4. Stringtown at 20-1. Duke at 18-2, sitting at 4, and then Calumet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Calumet, Coach Mayfield had him on the show. Keep it 100 is what we do. We go all the way down to Class B and find people, folks. That's what we do. See if OK Brentwood found him. Nope. See if
Who did they get beat by?
I think it was. Let me see. They lost to Okarchi.
Okarchi.
Yeah.
That's a rival. They just fight for that chicken.
Fight for that street light.
And then let's move on to girls here. If I can get it over here. Basketball girls. There we go. Edmond North at 1 in 6A, 16-0. Edmond Memorial at 2, sitting at 13-2. PC West at 3.
Who have they lost to, if you don't mind me asking? Big
Edmond
E?
Memorial?
Yeah, because I mean, that
They
team's good, man. I mean, that team is.
They've lost to Edmond North, who's the number 1 team, and they lost to Bixby.
Bixby
Edmond
starting to get good. Hey.
Man, I mean, it's a couple sprinkles in there, but they got
Everybody moving up north.
Hey, they got some girls that can. I mean, they're going to training and shoot.
We'll do that.
Yeah, play team ball.
We'll do that.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't me. me. me.
You got daddies in the stands talking about shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
Get your shots up.
I ain't been Dad ain't past half court yet. Shoot
And then at 4, you got Booker T. Washington at 13-2, and then you got Bixby at 5, 9-6. Moving on to 5A, Got Sepulpa at 1, 13-1.
Tahlequah.
Carl Albert 2, and then Tahlequah.
Okay. Hey, all those top 3 teams right there are battling for the state championship. Yeah. Who's after that?
And then you got El Reno at 4 and Will Rogers at 5.
Don't count out Jennifer Douglas. She got there last year. I'm just telling you. El Reno and Jennifer Douglas, she finds a way to win, folks. All she do is win. That's what she does.
Moving on to 4A, you got Lincoln Christian at 1, Tuttle at 2, Bethany at 3, Weatherford at 4, and Verdigris at 5.
Sounds like football.
Man,
Yeah.
That's a good class, man. Tuttle got a girl going no you. I mean, so
Yeah.
it just tells you how good that class is right
It
there.
sounds like football.
Yeah.
Washington.
And now you got 3A, you got Washington at 1, Bethel at 2, Jones at 3, Idabel at 4, and Kiefer at 5. Then you got 2A, Dale, still on top. Dale running
They
things
19,
at
they
boys and
19-1.
girls.
They just keep winning.
19-1. Then you got Amber Pockasset at 2, Pocola at 3, Preston at 4, and Warner at 5. Class A, you got Sealing 1, Cato 2, Van Oss 3, Riverside 4, Garber at 5. Then in Class B, you got Hammond at 1, Lobega 2, Pittsburgh 3, Varnum 4, and then Whitesboro 5. And that's it.
There you are in basketball. Folks, wrestling's coming up. They're going to start having dual state. You'll start seeing some of the top classes win. Stillwater will probably dominate, the 6A. 6A, then you'll probably have, 5A, you're probably going to have your Guthrie. I think Carver be in the mix. I'm not Sand Spring, but Collinsville's already right there. And you get down to, these other classes, man, I just tell you, that dual state is held over at Enid. It be broke up like it has been. I used to love it. It was at Shawnee, man. It was one of the best atmospheres you can go to. I think dual state's better than regular state. The atmosphere of the team cheering and trying to win as a team as dual state is really good. Our Choctaw Yellow Jackets not where they used to be at wrestling. I think they're one of the best wrestlers they have is Holman, and then the young lady Peyton. She's still doing her thing. I think she picked her school. And then, to wrap this up real quick, some of these young men are still looking for schools and that, in the transfer portal, I think Jay Hunt's boy is going to go off to Abilene Christian. The starting linebacker that was at KU. He ended up signing, Potter. He ended up signing with Arkansas State. So some of these kids, I don't know where Jordan Mukes go. I've heard 2 things. I heard UTEP and I heard UCO. I think likely he'll probably be up at UCO more than anything. But, when you get in these transfer portal, I hope you guys can find a home. Not, it becomes a tough deal because now, you might go to, I don't know if you go to junior college because you've already played a couple of years, but hopefully all these kids can find a place to play. Transfer portal, we got to get that fixed, though, because I think it's become more of a business deal than anything because you got these guys signing these big deals and they ain't even played a down of football yet. Have these kids that's played a couple downs and won some ball games for you before you start giving money away. But like I said, we appreciate you coming. We appreciate you watching, liking, disliking, whatever we do on this show. Keep it 100. Me, Jonah, and Ethan, like I said, we're just trying to bring you the best sports we can on this other side of heaven. Like I said, we reach out and touch the kids. We go to the games. We're not just there computer nerds. We go to the games and find out what's going on. Like I said, I like going to games with my daughter. It's fun to go watch middle school, high school games. This is being in the gym. I love being in the gym. I tell you, it is kind of frightening to go to a gym now because you don't know what's going to happen.
You can't live that way.
Huh?
You can't live that way, though.
Yeah, you can't be scared. I mean, the only man above got to.
When it's time to go.
It's time to go. So make sure you're doing things right in life, and then you ain't got to worry about it because you're going to go to heaven because all dogs go to heaven.
Goddamn.
Big E, close it out for us.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, retweet,
Bengals.
all that good stuff. But yeah, we appreciate you tuning in to another episode, and we'll see you next time.
Next time in 2 weeks. See ya.